Okay, so I'm on Highway 226 headed towards Spruce Pine right now. I'm going to go see Calvin Hall's kind of historical museum. Out here where the Burger King is, and it's where you turn where the Walmart is. This is Halltown Road. And so Calvin has a very unique little museum. Never been in it in my life. I've been always wanted to see what it is. I know he's got a, you know, what's the distinctive thing here on Halltown Road. When you're going up here toward Calvin's place, over on the left you'll see his little caboose. He's got like an old, I guess, Clinchfield Railroad caboose. And I just, you know, it's been there for a long time. I'll ask him when he got it. So I'm coming by the big Walmart here, and we're just less than a half mile from Calvin's house. I'm really not sure what's there. Just both my brothers told me it was an excellent place to go visit, and that Calvin is a super nice guy. I hope I'm not imposing on him too much by doing this. So right there is his little caboose thing in front of me, and I hope I'm going to turn down the right driveway here. So this is Calvin Hall's place. Over there I see he's got an old Gulf, man, he's got like an old Hall's General Store, Clinchfield CC&O, and he's got an awesome dog, looks like, out in front here, pretty garden, old parts of the railroad it looks like. Incredible cool place. Let's step up here to the door. Hey pup, how you doing? Well, what's the dog's name?
Lucky Jack.
Lucky Jack.
He was found over here on the parkway, and the lady brought him over here. Won't know if I knew who it was. Thought it might have just went across the hill, you know.
Yeah.
I said, no, I don't. She talked me into keeping it, so she found the.
Well,
she found the owner. We took him to an animal shelter, and he didn't have a chip in him and everything else.
He looks like he's part Jack Russell. Is that what he is, you think?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I've got that car. He can't come to you there, right there, as far as he can come.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I'd gone outside of his range. Hey, buddy, see, I ain't gonna hurt you. I think you're cool. Tell me about your place here. Where does your land go to and all? Is it just this corner here? Or?
Yeah, it goes to that road down there. It's I've got about 30 acres here.
And what got you started collecting all this stuff?
Well, my dad worked over here in the orchard, you know, just hard labor all his life, or most of his life, 50-some years. And he'd worked over there just hard labor, and they had the little old spray machines over there that had that little old spat motors on them. And I loved to go over there and pick wild strawberries, and first one thing another, be over there for this or that, and hear them little old motors run. That just fascinated me, you see. My dad lived to age 96 and never owned an automobile. So
really?
I come up without an automobile or anything. And that just, those little engines just fascinated me. And I was working one day on Big Rock Creek and saw an old spray machine sitting out there, just like he had sprayed with over there. And I stopped and asked the people, and they said, yeah, they'd sell it. Well, the spark plug was broke, and it sat there for, well, there's a tree about 4 inches, I guess, or bigger. It growed up between the front there, where I had to cut it down to even get the machine out. And I got that here, and I bet you I spent 500 hours on that motor. It'd been out, sitting out for years, but I finally got to running.
Yeah.
And that just set me on fire. And then I like old stuff, and I got to thinking, well, somebody ought to preserve
the old things.
Old things here in Mitchell County, and all my stuff's not Mitchell County memorabilia, but I've got over 100 big items.
But it's items from a bygone era, then, is what it is.
Bygone era, and I've got over 100 items of local Mitchell County.
Well, Calvin, I want to walk down here with you and see what all you got. I am curious, well, what did you retire from doing? I mean, what kind of career have you had now?
Well, I'm still going. I go in the office on Thursday morning and help John a little bit. You know, John, my son's now with Fortin Insurance.
Oh, is John Hall your son?
Yeah.
I did not. Well, I know John. John's a few years older than me, I think.
Yeah, probably so.
I'm 50. He'd be 52, maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 51 or 52. Yeah. He's he's down there now, and I go in on Thursday a little bit and help him. I've been there 55 years.
So you're an insurance man.
Insurance for 55 years.
Unbelievable. That's awesome.
And going on
56.
Going on 56, that's right. But I like to play with this stuff, and I like to collect it because I've got stuff that I don't have much, but what I've got, the younger generation has no earthly idea what it is.
Well, you're getting ready to educate me somewhat. I'm going to go change my cameras to a little higher definition camera, and then we're going to shoot some really good videos. The railroad car you've got here, how long have you had that? That's been here a long time, hasn't it?
About 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
And how does one procure a caboose?
Well, our neighbor over here, Clyde Hollyfield, was born and raised here, and he married Lil Quinn, which is Dan Quinn's aunt.
Yeah.
Right up the holler up here. They married, and he was looking for work in the early 30s, or maybe late 20s. But anyway, he went to Irving, Tennessee, and got a job on the railroad. He had 4 sons, him and Lil, 4 sons. Every one of them made conductors. So all of them passed away except the one, and they put the cabooses up for bid, and he bid this one off because this is the one that he had rode for many miles.
So you bought it from him?
So no, so he died.
Oh.
So I bought it from his son, Roger.
I see.
And it's a built in 1923. It's a wood caboose. They quit making the wood ones in 48, they tell me. They made some metal ones after that, but that's, so I went over there to see Roger, and I reckon because it's red, I liked it.
It's awesome.
You
like reds. I see you got a red tractor here now. Well, what are you going to show me first? Where does the tour start?
We can start in here, and then we'll go to,
Alrighty.
we'll go to the caboose.
All right, so I'm recording 2 camcorders at once. One I can get close up on, and one I can get some wide angle. So I got Calvin over here talking with me. I'm looking at looks like a classic John Deere. What year is this one?
1936, unstyled spoke wheel. John Deere.
1936. Does it still run too?
It still runs. It runs good. Yeah, I run it.
Unbelievable. So, does it run as good as it would have back then, you think, or?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say it runs as good as it did back then. Yeah.
Well, what can you tell me about this particular machine? How does one like this stack up with the modern ones?
Well, it's just a 2-cylinder and sounds like it's a miss and never leak.
Does it?
And it don't have a whole lot of horsepower. It's only got less than 20, I think it is, but it's geared that way. It's got a lot of power, and it's a kerosene burner.
Burns kerosene.
You start it on gas and switch it over to kerosene.
It is awesome. That is awesome. So where'd you get this?
I got that come out of Ohio. I had a friend up here that lives up here at Apple Mountain, and he was collecting tractors at that time, and had this one, and I got it from him.
Well, it's awesome. Now, tell me about this other one over here I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's a little 48, 1948. It's an International Farmall Cub.
It says McCormick Farmall, but International made this.
That's right, McCormick Farmall, yeah.
And you got it set up with a bush hog under it, don't you?
Yeah, I mow with it.
You mow with it?
Yeah, I can mow with it, yes sir.
And you said, did you say 1948?
I believe that's what model it is, yeah.
Wow.
And it's the one that came from, I got that from Bruce McKinney down here. It's a local item. His daddy owned it and used it for years and years, and I got a hold of it. He was going to sell it, so because it's local, I wanted it.
That's amazing. Look at the way you got your belts and all trussed up down here. That's a dispense. Got 2 blades underneath it, or has it got 3?
Got 3.
3. So you still run this one pretty often?
Yeah, it's running now. I mowed with it just week before last.
Wow.
Mowed some with it, right.
Well, your whole workshop in here is amazing. Now, I got to ask this over here. This is like you buff, you sand, you grind. Where'd you get this?
That is a shoe shop machine. That
Shoe
came
shop.
out of the shoe shop out of Spruce Pine down here. Yeah, it's the one that they use to repair shoes with. You see, they have the sandpaper here and the buffers here, and yeah, and it runs too. It runs.
Crank that thing up. Let's watch it.
Okay.
I want to see. It's like, oh wow, it feels good. So you can put a pair of nice leather shoes in there and buff them all up. I got to see this. This is just interesting. I won't ask you to do this on all of them. I'd like to see that run. So
Yeah.
that is sandpaper there. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Check that out. And so they buff shoes and stuff with it. That is awesome.
That's what we repair shoes with.
Okay, so I got to ask you, what possessed you to buy that, Calvin? Just something that, again, that's something that you don't see very often.
Because it's old.
Because it's old.
Old, and it was. I mean, I don't know if we'll make them anymore or not. But the shoes now, you never take them to get them repaired.
Yeah.
This is not
That is unbelievable.
probably in time that there won't be one.
No, that is amazing.